Well, hello, ladies, gentlemen, and whoever or whatever you identify as. Welcome to the Doghouse and welcome to another video. Right then, apparently it's time for Oliver Twist to get a reboot. Yeah, indeed. Right then, I'm going to read. It was an article in The Guardian, that wonderful bastion of logic and sense. But in any case, I shall read it. This was written by Tara Conlon on Wednesday the 2nd of February. Oliver Twist given new spin in BBC prequel to the Charles Dickens novel. Exclusive spin-off based on Artful Dodger and crime lord Fagin brings food poverty to the fore. It gets worse. Charles Dickens' Oliver Twist has been given a new spin in a star-studded BBC prequel to the Victorian novel, which highlights the parallels between food poverty in the 19th century and now. There are no such things as parallels between food poverty in the 19th century, where food was a major issue, to now. And to try and link the two together is just wokery and fuckery. Let's be brutally honest. Echoing the famous line from Dickens' 1838 classic, "Please sir, I want some more," and Marcus Rashford's campaign to reduce child hunger. It's not the same thing, is it? But no, let's just virtue signal our asses off. Let's just take a literary classic and make it fit our woke virtue signalling shit that we want to do, because they think that's going to work. Writers of the forthcoming 10-part family adventure series Dodger say they've made a conscious effort to put food poverty to the fore in the show, based on the exploits of Dickens' character, the Artful Dodger, and crime lord Fagin. He wasn't really a crime lord, was he? Let's be honest. No. The spin-off creates a backstory for Fagin, played by Christopher Eccleston. Great. Making him more interesting and sympathetic and funny, like a Robin Hood character. Fucking not a Robin Hood character. He's a thief. It's not Robin Hood. Stop trying to glorify it, because the book didn't glorify it. But in any case, I shall continue. Then in previous screen versions suggest he may have been the subject of anti-Semitic attack. No, he wasn't. Was he? Oh, God, let's throw that into the mix as well, shall we? It was never actually shown that whether or not he was Jewish any case. Was it? No, it wasn't. But we'll just say he was, because it fits another thing that we need to virtue signal about. According to Dodger creators Rhys Thomas and Lucy Montgomery, the husband and wife team have also updated other characters for modern audiences, so this is going to be shit, isn't it? Montgomery said that Nancy, who was played by Sarah Kudry, so she's now Asian, no longer has the traditional big-hearted fallen Cockney sparrow, but for the first time is seen as a wily northern thief who manipulates Bill Sikes. So in other words, it's not a prequel, it's just fucking over the original to make it so it fits what we want to say and not what it is, because that's not who the character was. As Tom Stoppard did with his play Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are Dead, creating a new story around the backstories of characters from classical work gives, as Montgomery put it, an opportunity to create something fresh and new. Or let's see what else we have of tradition that we can screw over in our virtuous and wokeful work. They also wanted Dodger to be a programme the family can all sit down and watch for their children's generation, while highlighting the use of food banks escalated due to the pandemic, that many children who will watch BBC programme will understand Fagin's orphan gang's battle against poverty and hunger. No, it's not, because they're watching it on a TV in a wonderful, comfortable house with electricity, eating food. So what a load of shit that is. How you can compare modern day to 1800s Victorian era stuff is just mind-blowingly stupid. Thomas said he could see children in his area being hit by the cost of living crisis. He said, "We wanted to make something that's really inclusive and that everybody watches and can identify with. We've got the Mallory Tower kids going off for fancy school, and that's one life, and that's fine. But the different world where I think kids are watching this today will resonate with them. They won't watch it." Why do you think that it's entertainment's place to continually bring you down. Entertainment was created so it could take you out of the real world, so you didn't have to put up, because you have all this shit in real world and you don't really want to sit down and watch a 10-part programme telling you how shit your life is, because you already fucking know. He first came up with the concept after appearing in a school performance of Oliver Twist as a child. Said, "Coming from a working class background, I'm not saying we struggle for food every week, but we didn't have a lot of money, nor does anyone else except for the rich." And that was the whole point of the fucking book. Although the fast-paced Dodger does not condone crimes, clearly it does. The characters commit. It does explain why they do them. And that's, as Thompson said, the whole thing is survival. There's no one really to rely on. As Fagin says, if we don't rob, we can't eat. If we can't eat, we'll starve and then we'll die. It's survival instinct. He's not a greedy man who wants to put money in the way, as you've seen in the past. Bullshit. Robbing is robbing. It's exactly the same principle that you could use that as an excuse right now, couldn't you? Well, if I don't rob, I can't have my drugs and I can't get high and I can't survive. But it's okay, as long as I'm doing it in the right way, yeah? Because I'm surviving, really. Montgomery said there was no welfare state for Victorian children. No, well done. Food banks with the local market is what you could nick. Yeah, okay. She compared that some of the exploitation of the children today is manipulation of the orphans by Fagin, with children being used. Obviously it happens today with things like county lines, but this is like the 1830s version of it. No, it fucking isn't. Is it? It's nothing like what happens now. You're just trying to twist, pervert and change a literal classic to suit your woke shit. Trying to make it fit mods. It doesn't work because they're not the same period. Comedians and writers, Thomas and McGuire have also appeared in the show. Well, there's a surprise. I bet they're the wokest fuckers on there in any case. Along with the stars who play real-life historical characters to help teach some history to audiences. No, you're not. What you're actually doing is perverting history to suit your woke agenda, but I shall continue. Including David Threffel as the first Metropolitan Chief Police, Sir Charles Rowan, and Sex Education's Tanya Reynolds as Queen Victoria. Yeah, I remember both of them being in the original book. As long as some newcomers such as Billy Jenkins as Dodger, cast have also recorded history lessons for the BBC website. No, they've recorded their version of history because the BBC loves rewriting history to make it more diverse and inclusive, because it wasn't, but it needs to be now because we have to be. The writer said they took Dodger to the BBC and they thought it chimed with the organisation's mission to inform, educate, entertain and force diversity and inclusivity down people's throats, all for the princely sum of 43p a day. Hashtag defund the BBC. Despite social issues being raised in the series, is optimistic and funny. Right, I don't think it will be. Said Mungo, it's children being clever and using their bravery and wit to get themselves out of problems. No, Thomas said if Dickens was around, I don't know what he'd think of it. He'd probably say, what the fuck are you doing to my book? What the fuck are you doing to my story? Hopefully he'd like it. He probably wouldn't. And think it quite funny. It probably isn't. In the spirit of the writing, it fucking well isn't. And if you're remotely interested in it, Dodger begins on BBC iPlayer and CBeebies on Sunday the 6th of February. So it started already. I wonder what the viewing figures are. Bet no one gives a shit. It's just why? Why? Why do we seem to have the obsession of going way back in history, grabbing this moment in time, bringing it to add modern day things into it to make it more relevant? It's relevant. The history lesson is read the book, understand the poverty and what drove people around in the Victorian era. They don't need it to be brought forward and be all diverse and inclusive, does it? No, not really. It really doesn't. There's a cast photo going to be up there. No, up there, probably, somewhere on the screen. Yeah. Literally ticked every single box there, didn't we? Any case, with that I'm going to bring this to a close. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and share. If you didn't like it, feel free to down like. Thanks very much for watching all the way through to the end. Thank you for giving me the interaction and the view. Comment section down below, you know what to do as usual. If you've enjoyed this and you want to see some more videos like this in my channel, just hit the subscribe button, ding that bell, should get notification that I've done another video. And with that, and as always, and until the next one, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to love you and